talking, and I'm going to get Dolph over
All right,
here.
you got it. Look at this on the fly. Coach A.
What's going
Good
on,
to
man?
see you, man. So, Coach Hake was just talking about kind of all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into this bad boy.
Absolutely.
What was it like for you to, and why? What's your why that you created this?
Well, I mean, this is my fourth year here,
Yeah.
so I've been through a couple regimes, and it's changed a little bit here each year. And then
Yeah.
when Andy came, we got a lot of stuff donated, like equipment wise, but it was just like concrete floor, old stuff everywhere, like things from mixed match between the years and stuff. And I just know, like, to be motivated to come down here as an athlete, and even as a coach too, when it's dirty and it's grimy and it's not, not an environment you want to be in. You know what I mean? So I finally just said, there's got to be something we can do, because everyone wants a brand new school and everything, and that's the goal. But until you get that, you got to do something with what you got.
Right?
So I said, if we just put a little TLC, we can do this. So I was literally just gonna by myself just do some paint the floor, do like that garage paint on the floor, paint the walls, just basically just clean it up a little bit. And then Coach Pierce came in the day I started, and he's like, well, what if we do this, this, and this too? Like we could. And so then I'm like, well, maybe I can build these platforms, for the rack. So it was just like this ladder that
you
just
built
kept,
these platforms.
These platforms, we just built them.
That's
we just designed them and built them. It was me and him. So I knew Easter break was coming up, so I said, why don't we just shut down the weight room, tell the kids we're doing some stuff in the weight room. They can't, take a week off.
Incredible. So
So it ended up taking 2.5 weeks, but we finally got it finished for them. And it's they came in, we did like a reveal for them, and they enjoy it. It's
dude,
fun,
this is wild. I mean,
Yeah.
you take a look behind you. Look at the work being put in right now by these guys.
I
That's
mean,
got to make you smile.
they're having like fun coming down here. So we put a couple new speakers up, new Bluetooth system and stuff. So we got a little, you can't see it, but there's a little TV up here.
Yeah?
That's like when we do max days and stuff. We can put their chart up there,
Oh,
see what their max is and stuff like that. So we got a fridge behind the camera here, they can put their drinks and stuff in there. So just little things like that, kids love, like LED lights.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves LED
Yeah,
lights,
you
right?
can see it right behind us with the VC.
I mean,
By the way, is awesome.
Yeah.
That is real
Just plywood, man. Just cut it out of plywood. So, but no, it's really for the kids. That's really the why. I mean,
how does this change though? Like you talk about the kids like it, but how does it motivate them? You guys were undefeated last year, right? Going in. How do you take this and then create that next level for what you want to create?
Well, what we've been missing is like full commitment. Like, I'll be honest, we have talent, we obviously have talent, and, the commitment level in the organization has been getting better, but they really have to take ownership of that. And so when they have someone like this, I feel like it just propels them to say, hey, look, we did this for you guys now. Like, you have a nice place to come work out. Now you guys got to show us, kind of thing.
Yourself.
So hopefully it has so far. It's only been like a couple weeks, but you're getting a bigger turnout every day. And so going into summer, that's super important to get that commitment level.
And obviously, you're very committed to Valley Christian. You're a girls basketball coach.
Yep.
You're on the football staff. Teach there, right?
Yep. And I'm an alumni.
And you're an alum.
I graduated from here.
So is that where it comes from? Is it that piece of you that's never going to leave, and why you want it to succeed so much?
I'm like a super loyal guy. Like when I love a place, or like I've been committed to a place for so long, or I put time and energy into that, and it's been good to me. You know what I mean? Like, it was a different school. I graduated in 06, so it was obviously it was Youngstown Christian back then, but and it's changed a little bit. But coming back, it was like, hey, this is my place. Like, it's not mine, but it's like I'm a part of it. You know what I mean?
Dojo, dude.
So I'm gonna give to the school what it's done for me. So and give to the kids. So I've enjoyed it. Hopefully, it can be years and years to come. Keep improving things and stuff. So. It's been a pleasure. Absolutely.
Dude, you've been killing it. I mean, you look at this, and we can't give you a shot of the entire place. I mean, but you look at this, it feels like you guys really thought this through. This wasn't just, hey, like you said it, I'm just going to come and paint some walls, paint the floor. I mean, you thought about everything, the branding, the speakers, heat, everything.
Well, there was a plan, like I said, and then once we figured out, like, well, wait, if we can do that, and it's, that we can get that done,
incredible.
We can add this and this onto it. So it just kind of, and Coach, I can't thank Coach Pierce enough. I mean, he was here. He lives an hour away.
Oh, wow.
He lives in Middlefield.
Oh, wow.
So, and he actually he's a personal trainer, so he trains people up there at his gym. So he would train in the morning. He would drive down here, and it was, like I said, it was Easter break, so I would get here at like 8 or 9 in the morning, and we just go to work. So, but like I said, it's not for us. It's for the kids. It feels good when it's done, because you're like, oh my gosh, like it's satisfying. You know what I mean? And like you could walk around here and pick 200 things that's wrong with it still. But compared to what it was, like if we had like a before and after shot that we could show you, I got some pictures on my phone. It was people tried over the years, but it was a garage. You know what I mean? It's like, what can you do with the garage? Well, we kind of did a little bit of something with the garage. You're like, I would work out here. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like they're Planet Fitness. Like, don't go to Planet Fitness. Come here.
This ad brought to you by Planet Fitness. No,
not a plug-in. Right?
So, I mean, again, I can't. You look around, these guys. It is what, the 27th of April, and you guys are trying to do damage for the 27th of October.
Absolutely.
How do you get this embedded in their mind of what you do now will pay off 6 months from now?
And they've been working out. Honestly, a lot of these guys have been here since January. As soon as Christmas break was done, they were like, when can we get in the weight room? So there is that. They do want this young group coming up, especially. They want to get it done. They want to work hard. But like you said, it's so far away. You know what I mean? Like, now it'll get here quick, but it's far away still. You know, like you said, it's April and we don't play till October, or September. So one of the things that happened last year to us is we kind of got a little burned out, I think, because we were like going hard from January, and then I think they were ready. They were committed and ready. I think by the time we got to the playoffs, it was like they were burned. They were done, and it wasn't like they didn't want to win. It was just like they were burnt out, and their bodies couldn't.
No, is it they're burned out just for mentally, physically, emotionally?
More.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think physically, obviously, they're still fine, but
how do you kind of change that?
I think just have a better plan to build up to it. Like obviously they're working hard now, but you can slowly build in the hype, or that hype level, so that you're hit. Obviously, like it's like the NBA playoffs or whatever. You want to hit your stride when you hit the playoffs. You don't want to hit your stride in June.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think like we had some good 7-on-7 tournaments in June and July, and it was like we're hitting our stride. And then obviously you go 4-0, 5-0. You beat a good United team, and it's like, oh man, who can stop us now, kind of thing. And then once I think we hit week 8 with that Southern game, it was like this is like the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And I think that players prepared for it like that. And it was like once that ended, it was like, what now? You know what I mean? Because then they hadn't had that like playoff experience, deep in the playoffs. So I think that's still what we're missing. We're missing that like build up, and then let's hit the run in the playoffs. Obviously there's big games in the regular season. You want to win, but I
mean that Southern game was an all timer. It was
just a classic slobber knocker, dude.
Everybody left broken and bruised, and they're going to be sore for even the next week's game. So. Right. When you look at that, I mean, is that an advantage to have it late in the season, or maybe a disadvantage that you guys got to work on to create that advantage?
Well, it's because we kind of had both best of both worlds. We had one against United early,
very early,
and then we had one kind of late. Yeah. So it's pros and cons. I mean, like you said, late. It kind of like you build up to that, and like once you're done, you're kind of beat up.
Yeah, you feel like it's all.
So it's almost better to have it early for that reason, but a slow build up period and hitting your hottest streak at the playoffs is probably the best way to go about it. Like, how can you do that and perfect that? I guess that's the name of the game.
With the seniors that you lost last year, what are some of the things you have to work on this year to not only replace them, but surpass them, in the programs? Right.
Well, there's going to be a lot of young guys that have to step up. I mean, this is my 12th year coaching, and almost every year you say, oh, the hype around your team and the people that are close to your team are like, how are you going to fill that spot? How are you going to fill that spot? And you almost think that yourself, like, well, what are we going to do? And almost every single time, somebody is able to fill that role. Sure. They grow up, they mature, things like that. So defensively, especially, I'm on the defensive side of the ball most of the time. We've got a lot of starting spots that are gone. Both middle linebackers gone. Obviously Mixon on the D line is gone. Pretty much 3 out of my 4 secondary players, starters, gone. Now we had a lot of role players that are back that like got reps, which is good. So, and there's a lot of young talent coming up. So, they're going to have to prove it. I mean, they're going to have to do that. So, we're going to have to prepare them. So,
Coach,
it's challenging and exciting, man.
Thank you so much
for having you
all
down,
of this. This
Love
is amazing.
Having you, man.
The kids appreciate it.
I think Mike wants to talk to you here.
Let's get Mike Peck on. Why not?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Aaron Agresta here from Valley Christian. We're going to have Mike Peck